What is going on, guys? Ed Crouch here with Overboost Network, and welcome to another video. So, welcome to another video. It is a beautiful sunny Thursday here in the UK. Today, I'm joined by my girlfriend Beth, as you can see.
Hello.
Who looks really happy to be here.
Yeah.
So we're on our way down to Bournemouth, just to chill on the beach for a bit and walk around the shops down there. I thought I would upload a video discussing the actual running costs of my TT, because I've had it for just over a year, about 3 days ago, because it's now the 6th of June, or July rather. So I've had it for just over a year, and I thought I'd actually talk about the running costs of the vehicle. Now I know, you know, roughly what everything costs in terms of the tyres, the insurance, the petrol usage, and all things like that, including the finance package I'm on. So I've never really discussed that too much with you guys, and I thought it'd be some information you would like to hear about. So, number one, the finance plan. I actually got it while it was on sale. Oh no, it's a tunnel. I didn't even get the tunnel. God damn it. Right, so finance plan wise, I got it when it was on sale. It was a relatively low deposit. It was £3,000 down. And the monthly repayments are £352, meaning out of the £29,000 car, because of the £7,000 deposit contribution by Harwood's Group, Audi, it actually means I'm only paying £2 grand to finance the car, which is actually pretty good, really. I mean, £2 grand over the period of the payment isn't bad, because the total amount payable was £31,000, and the initial cost of the vehicle on the road price was £29,000, including the optional extras I chucked onto it. So it's not really a bad price. So optional extras include the Bang & Olufsen sound system, rear parking sensors, and I think that was everything I went for as optional extra. Everything else is bone stock 1.8 litre manual TT. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, really. So the finance plan was good, and that £352 a month means it also includes gap insurance. So if I do write it off, quite likely, if I do write it off, it means that Audi will actually pay the gap between the value of the vehicle and what the insurance company agrees to pay, and it also covers small dent insurance, so things like little knocks, bumps and door dings, small damages to the paintwork, anything like that is actually covered by my finance plan, which is actually fantastic, because even now I've got a tiny chip of paint missing out the front, which will need attention, and that will be covered by my small dent insurance, which is fantastic, really, because it's not something I have to worry about. The big deal for me is the insurance. So I picked this up when I was 19, I'm now 20, and I've just paid my second year's insurance on it. I have no motoring convictions, I have a completely clean driving licence. Don't know quite how I've managed that, but anyway, completely clean driving licence. And the cost of the insurance first year was £2,650. So that included 3,000 annual business miles, assuming the vehicle had a worth of £28,000, and also assuming that I was going to do 10,000 miles, including things like parking on my drive at night, I work in an office car park, etc, etc. So that was the initial insurance for me, and that was with 1 year no claims at the age of 19. So second year round I thought, right, the vehicle's worth about 20 grand now, so the insurance should be a fair bit cheaper, especially considering still no motoring convictions and 2 years no claims. So I went and got my quotes the second year round, nice Civic Type R. Went and got my quotes the second year round, and they were actually more expensive. Everywhere was in excess of 3 grand to do it without a tracking box. Obviously with the tracking box I'd get it down to just below £1,500, but who the hell puts a tracking box in their car if they're a petrol head? No one. So second year round I went to get my quote, and my quotes were in excess of 3 grand. I called my insurance provider and managed to wangle them down to just below £2,700. So the real difficult thing about running a car like this at my age is the insurance. So definitely don't have any motoring convictions, but try to do things like do jobs. Try and get married early if you want cheap insurance. That shows you're more grown up and financially stable, apparently. Don't quite know how to work that one out, but yeah, get married and be a homeowner before you buy a nice car. There's some advice 101, but who the hell's going to do that? Like, who's going to buy a nice house before they buy a nice car? So that's the insurance. In terms of tyres, if you're going to drive a nice car, you might as well put nice tyres on. If you're going to put Pirelli P0s or anything like that on this car, or any high-end, you know, sticky tyre, the tyres on the Audi TT are actually quite big. It's what gives it its good traction, but it does mean that the tyres are just over £200 per tyre, assuming you don't get them on sale. So it'll cost between £8,000 and £1,000 to replace all the tyres, although being front-wheel drive, of course the front tyres do wear a fair bit quicker, so you'll be replacing them a lot more often than you will the rear ones, especially with the majority of the weight of the vehicle being at the front of the car. So petrol costs, you're looking at, expected by Audi, you should be doing 42 miles per gallon on the highway, or I think it's like 31 around town. That is absolute crap. I'd say the majority of stuff I do is quite short mileage, and in short distance travels I tend to get about 30 mpg, so that'd be around town, around cities, so just below what Audi quotes. However, that's the majority of the travel I do, so I actually average about 30 mpgs I reckon in this car, because if you've got a turbocharged 4-cylinder, when you hoon it, it does cost a fair bit of money. They're not that fuel efficient. We have seen in excess of 50 miles per gallon. I think the highest I've gotten it is 53 in a run, so you can drive it very efficiently. You chuck it in eco mode and you're gentle with the throttle and you brake as little as possible, you can actually average that 50 mpg mark, which is pretty damn impressive. But around town, I'd say if you're going to be hooning it and revving it, you're going to get less mpgs than Audi quotes. But I've got to say, assuming the dashboard isn't lying, it is a relatively fuel efficient car, and to fill it up, it costs, if you're filling up with V-Power, it's going to cost around 50 to 60 pounds, depending on the price of petrol, where you're at and what it is at the current time. So I'd say a full tank of petrol is just over 50 pounds from completely empty. Today I filled it up with 50 quid, we are like 99% full up, so all good. So overall, I'd say it's a pretty good car to run if you're young, because the insurance isn't too extortionate because of the size of the engine, and it looks a lot nicer than it actually is. And this is actually not too bad to finance. Audi's finance deals are far better than that of the competitors Mercedes and BMW. The other area we've got to cover is servicing. So I haven't actually put it in for its first service yet, so I haven't done enough miles. I've just done over the 9,000 mark, and at the moment, the first service, which is just an oil change, will be at the 10,000 mile mark, and that will be £180. So assuming they don't find anything wrong with either the brakes or the tyres or anything, £180 is the standard for the oil change, which is a lot of money, but it's always good to get those stamps in the book to maintain the value of the vehicle, especially if it's done at an authorised Audi dealer or out by Audi officially, which I'll be doing. The first servicing after that is actually the annual inspection, which will happen only 2 years after ownership, so I probably won't have to do that one, although I'm not sure what the costs are. I believe the cost of the inspection will be £180 as to consist of the standard oil change, but anything they find wrong with the car they will fix and charge you for. So that will usually consist of a couple of tyres, maybe a couple of brake pads, and hopefully there'll be no engine or misuse things that they spot that you'll need to pay for. But you're still going to be looking at, you know, probably £1,000 or so for your first full servicing, because of the changes they'll do to the tyres and the brakes, because they'll probably be worn out by the 2 year mark, which is what they're probably betting on there as well. So on the way down to Bournemouth, we drove past snow tracks, and I haven't been here in years, so we thought, like big 12-year-olds, we were going to have a go on the ski bobs. No, it's all good, I'm off. Now I'm a bit heavy. Oh. Here she goes. I'm heavy in there, so this bit should lose. And the rammer. Oh, the wet! Oh. That water smells like disease. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video of the running costs of the Audi TT 2016 1.8 manual sport. If you did like the video, please remember to leave a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me some constructive criticism in the description below, or in the comments below rather. And all my social media is linked in the description below. I'm spitting everywhere. And all my social media is linked in the description below, so that includes my Instagram, my Facebook and my Twitter at Overboost Network. So check it out if you like the video, because there'll be more awesome content coming very soon that I've got planned.